spurs them to a waiting trailer. Along the way, the berries get a rinsing to remove branches and leaves. At the factory, the truck unloads its cargo. The cranberries travel along a canal and onto a conveyor belt. Then through a cleaning station, where workers use brushes and water jets to get rid of any remaining leaves and branches. Then they dump the cranberries into large bins to be frozen for up to several months. To produce cranberry juice, frozen berries are defrosted in hot water, then mashed up, skins, seeds and all, into a puree. Special enzymes are added to break up the pectin molecules, making the puree less viscous and therefore easier to press. The press processes 8 tons of puree at a time and takes 3 to 4 pressing cycles to extract all the juice. The juice then goes through a sophisticated filtration system. The 216 filters remove any plant particles or bacteria larger than 1 micron. A micron is 1,000 times smaller than a millimeter. Water is then evaporated until the juice is 10 times more concentrated. Cranberries not destined for juice go through a grading process. Undersized berries drop down through the holes of a giant sifter. The bigger cranberries move into the grading table, where workers remove any that are substandard. An electronic sorter then scans the remaining cranberries for colour, signalling an air gun to blow any reject berries off the production line. The rest move onto the packaging department or continue down the line to be dried. Cranberries destined for drying are automatically seeded, cut in half and pressed, then soaked in a sugar and water solution to make them sweeter. The side-to-side motion of the conveyor belt spreads the berries thinly so that they'll dry evenly. The hot air dryer subjects them to temperatures up to 80 degrees Celsius. After about 3 hours, the cranberries come out looking like this. As you sip your cranberry tea, ponder this. Not only do they taste great and go well with your turkey, cranberries are also a source of potassium and vitamins A and C. Coming up on How It's Made. Cotton yarn, from the fields to our favourite pair of jeans in 4 minutes flat. And road signs, highly reflective designs. They may come in for a bit of stick from motorists, but we'd be lost without them. See you after the break. Welcome back to How It's Made. Later we look at road signs, highly reflective designs. But first, twisting plant or animal fibres into yarn dates back to ancient times. Around 500 BC, the spinning wheel originated in India. Today's factories have fully automated spinning machines that work on the same principle as the spinning wheel. This is a 2-ply commercial yarn, the kind factories use to weave fabric for making jeans and tops. It's made from large bales of raw cotton. Cotton comes from a plant, so naturally some leaves and stems are mixed in with the cotton fibres. To remove them, the first machine passes over the bales and removes a 5mm layer of cotton. Then sends it through a duct system to the blending and cleaning machine. The machine processes 500 kilograms of cotton per hour. The cotton comes out evenly blended and cleaner, but still not clean enough. so it goes into a second cleaning machine, which finishes the job. Now the cotton goes through what's called a carding machine. It has huge rollers with wire teeth that comb out the tangled fibres and line them up in parallel rows. The machine also discards any fibres that are too short to process. Next stop is the coiler. This device takes the rows of fibres and forms them into a thick and loose first stage yarn called sliver. The slivers move on to the drawing machine. It lines them up 6 at a time and draws them out, stretching them to form a second stage yarn. Then a machine called a roving frame stretches the second stage yarn, making it stronger by thinning it out. Until it looks like this. This third stage yarn is called roving. Depending on the type of yarn they're making, it's up to 16 times thinner than sliver. Workers now stretch the roving up to 30 times thinner, which strengthens it even more. The yarn is finally finished. Now the yarn is transferred from the small spools onto huge industrial-sized cones. One transfer method uses the winding machine, which winds the yarn from the first spool onto the cone. Then it automatically takes back the end of the yarn and attaches it with a knot to the front end of the yarn from the next spool. It winds it onto the cone, then attaches the back end to the front end from the next spool, and so on. As each